What is up, everybody?
Up.
Tyler and El Capitan Gino here with the fishing reports for May. Finally, we missed a month.
Slacking a little bit, fishing too much. As you can tell, I got the tan right there.
For sure, I was down in Okeechobee for a couple weeks. Didn't have time to do a report and couldn't give you much detail there because I wasn't on the chain as much. Tyler was busy with school. Now we are fishing every day.
Every single day, y'all. Let's do it.
Yeah, this kid's going nuts. The fishing's insane. The fish are offshore. Water temps are 85 degrees when I left today. Hot. So hot. But the fishing's nuts, man. You know, I was over these fish being in, out, in, out. They're in, they're out. They're in, they're out. Cold front, warm, cold, warm. Sucked to stay with them. It was impossible to be good for more than one day. You know, you'd get lucky and you'd be on them, and then the next day they'd be gone. Finally, they're offshore. They're set in their ways, and it's easy pickings right now. I mean,
so easy. You just get out there. I get like 2 hours to get the video done. You know, it's like
yeah, no
freaking awesome.
Yeah, Tyler sacked them up all week long on the chain.
Entire week, basically.
Yeah, bananas, like
catching them.
Big fish.
Tyler
calls me, was like, dude, just caught a 7, bro.
Pounder.
Just caught a 4. I'm like, bro, just caught an 8. It's like,
just
bam,
caught an 8.
Bam, bam.
Insane.
Ran into AJ. AJ sacked him up same day. Went out today. Caught some absolute giants. Didn't have my camera. But picture will be on the thumbnail. That's all I got out of that. And, yeah, guys. So, summertime patterns. Main lake points. Look to be in that 8 to 10 foot of water range. The fish will get up shallow. Don't get me wrong. They will get there. But they're not going to be there for long. It's not safe. You know, optimum water temp for largemouth bass is 75 to 85 degrees. When you start getting to 90 degrees, that's dangerous for a bass. Now, when you look at your graph, you're like, well, everything's 85 degrees, everything's 89 degrees, everything's not. Yeah, that's the top like 18 inches, 12 inches of water. Trust me, it's way cooler down there below. But no, like if you get off and walk onto the side of a lake at noon, your feet are going to burn in that water. It's going to be so hot. So those shallow fish will not be there for long. Areas that have shade will keep them up there shallower a little bit longer. There are a ton of bluegill spawning in the canals. There's a ton of bluegill spawning offshore. There's a ton of bluegill spawning on the edge of the Kissimmee grass lines. These fish are munching on bluegills. We got shad spawning. It is going down.
You can like throw anything and catch them. Like bluegill, shad, like there you go. It's like white and then like any natural colors. Like just destroying them today on swim jigs look just like bluegill. Insane.
Yeah, pick your poison, guys, and you can crack them like... Every lake on the chain is banging right now. Offshore grass is in full play. Like, there is less than there was in past months in Dora, but you still have some good grass in Dora. They did spray. A bunch of that grass is gone. Eustis has an insane amount of hydrilla. I mean, you literally at Buzzard Beach just drive out 100 feet and you're in the grass and there's fish there. Like, you can... If you just get in your boat and just blaze across the lake, you just wasted 5 gallons of gas at $72 a gallon for no reason. You can literally put your trolling motor down, go out there and start fishing that grass and catch them.
For sure. It's loaded.
It is loaded. Harris still has an insane amount of grass. They sprayed it real hard, but there's still a ton there. Like Johnson's Point Fish Attractor, loaded with grass.
Oh, yeah.
There's hydrilla everywhere, and it can be kind of overwhelming because there's so much of it. You have to get on, find those edges and look for isolated clumps. It makes those fish easier to catch. You know, when they start getting back there, back in the hydrilla, and they do move around in a lot. You just got to be there when it's time for them to feed, and when they're outside working the outside edges to be successful. There's a ton of brush all over the chain, guys, like everywhere. Every single lake has brush piles everywhere. It doesn't matter which lake you go to, there's brush piles. Get out in front of the docks on areas that don't have a lot of grass and start scanning closest to docks. Guys have a tendency to put brush piles. Maybe it's 50 feet away, maybe 60 feet away, maybe 80 feet, 100 feet. If you see something that's questionable on your graph, throw a question mark on it, spin on it. It's probably a brush pile. Yeah, so brush, main lake points, hydrilla beds. Everywhere is freaking insane. Pick your poison right now, too.
Yeah, I mean, you caught like giants in hydrilla today and off of...
limestone.
Yeah,
I can tell
the secret stuff.
Good luck finding it.
Yeah, good luck finding it. You have no clue what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
I had no clue. I was like, what is this? He was like, oh, this is...
He's like, dude, I was totally catching fish out of that stuff.
I didn't know what it was.
It was just stuff to Tyler, but there was fish on it, so he was catching them. Yeah, so Basically, any change in bottom, you can find success. So it doesn't have to be limestone. It could be shell. It could be like if you are on muck bottom, then you find a sandy patch. That could be legit. And there's bait everywhere, dude. Like my buddy AJ was fishing Harris on the south end. He's using this new active target, and he's like, dude, there's shad balls everywhere. I see some bigger fish. I throw my crankbait out there, and come back with a ginormous gizzard shad. So the food is offshore, the bass are offshore, get offshore, main lake points, and 8 to 10 foot of water. That's the deal. And you're going to find some like oddball fish in 14 to 16. One thing I did notice this time of year that we didn't have going on this time of year last year on Harris, it's not fishing as deep. There's a thermocline. In some areas of the lake that are even in 14 and 16 foot of water. So don't go looking past those depths. You're not going to find anything, just empty dreams. The fish are not going to be below the thermocline, dude. There's no oxygen down there for them. And if they are, it is for a very minimal amount of time. Kind of like if you hold your breath and swim in the bottom pool, you won't be hanging out there long. So not a good place to look. No. But they will use the thermocline like cover, but it's super confusing and frustrating, and I don't like doing it. So, but they will sit on top of it.
So you did catch a fish in 18 foot of water on 8XD.
Yeah.
And you don't know why.
Yeah.
It was
super
insane.
Confusing.
You're like, I just caught a 4-pounder out here on this.
Yeah.
Like out here on 8XD in 18 foot of water.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, like if you go to that rock, the pile, the stuff.
The stuff. Just make
it drops off deeper, and you can clearly see this thermocline, and you can see fish mixed in with it. So it's very well possible that fish was sitting on top of it and came down to strike that lure.
Gotcha. Interesting.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the area I was targeting was above that depth, and it dropped off to that depth. So that fish could have also been on top of that and came down to hit it.
Man, a lot of possibilities there.
A lot of possibilities.
For sure.
Yep, caught one. That's fun.
Yep.
So,
caught one.
Not a whole lot of data there.
That's an awesome spot, y'all. If you want to go there, check it out.
Yeah, there's already somebody there in a skeeter. He's seen me. I got busted immediately. First fish, done.
Oh, no. Saw you.
So that was his spot come Saturday.
Yeah, he marked it and was like, this is the fishing spot.
This is my spot. I know that dude. I'm going to fish there because it's going to be awesome. Yeah, no major tournaments going on. No pressure.
Well, MLF, May 21st, y'all. Like the big guys. The
minimal
big
pressure, though.
80 anglers.
Minimal pressure. It's not bad. It's not like 1,000,
200,
200, 300.
It's not like
80 sticks in and out like thieves in the night. We're good.
For sure.
It won't kill us. If you guys need redemption on the chain, now's your time. Get your boat and get back out there. If this chain has done you dirty over the last few months like it's done a bunch of us,
for real.
Go get back at him.
I know. You can catch them on the chain right now, so don't worry about not
Yeah, dude, and it seems to be good everywhere you go. Mm-hmm. Everybody I talk to, they're catching them everywhere. Like, I get off the lake, I'm like, dude, I'm the best ever. And then I call my buddy, he's like, yeah, I sacked him up. I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I went to Dora, fished Eustis, fished Harris. I haven't fished Griffin, but I fished all those lakes and I caught them everywhere.
And you know Griffins, there's fish everywhere.
Griffin's probably
you can always catch them. Yeah, Griffin's bananas.
Griffin's the easy lake.
I did talk to the director of the kayak tournament. They had an epic tournament last Saturday. They go in inches, but they had a ton of fish over 24 inches, which says a lot, dude. These are dudes in yaks, right? They can't get around and get far, so there's no excuses, man. These dudes sacked them up. He was super impressed. And I haven't been in the marsh for a couple weeks. No, like a month.
It's been a while.
It's been a while for me. Maybe a month. Whenever I had those, when you have that big rainfall in the cold front, when I was chatterbait.
That was a while ago.
About a month? About a month,
yeah.
But the director was there Saturday. That's where he chose to fish, and he sacked them up, dude. And he
in
said
the marsh?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, he said it was insane in there. He said it's one of the best days he's ever had. He said it reminded him of Fellsmere, if that says anything.
Dang,
Ooh.
man. Y'all might want to go check out the marsh.
Yeah.
Like Fellsmere, geez.
He sacked them up. So I just got off the phone with him. There's like a little discrepancy. I had one of his guys out on a guide trip, but it wasn't during the off period time. So he was safe. I was safe. Everything was good, and he was happy. And these guys crushed him Saturday. So that's dope. But yeah, no major tournaments, just local derbies for the most part. Otherwise, MLF. Which day?
May 21st, I think, is when it starts. Big Bass Tour or whatever. No, it's not the Big Bass Tour. It's MLF deal. It's the main one they have. It's
legit dudes.
It's like KVD, I wouldn't even.
The baddest of the bad. The real
big
dudes.
Dogs,
the real dudes.
Yeah, they're out there trying to catch 1,000,000 1-pounders. But that's another podcast.
That ain't gonna happen, dude. They're gonna be sacking them up, though, dude.
For real,
it's insane. These guys, if there's fish, they're gonna find them, and the fish is in freaking insane, dude. It's insane. This is like May, June, July, the most epic months, and then like as you get into late July, you're going to find that the fish are going to be harder and harder to catch. They've seen so many lures. August is going to get a lot tougher. September, and then it starts to get real weird on us, and these fish start moving around. But, yeah, right now, dope. Night fishing.
Don't do it.
Don't do it yet. They're not ready yet.
We've attempted the night fishing.
Yeah, we cracked a bunch of good fish the other day. We had an awesome day. We were so stoked about the fishing, and we wanted to stay out there. So we left, went to Taco Bell, grabbed lights, went back out, and had one massive blow up.
And that was it. And a striper. And a striper.
Yep. We got attacked by a striper.
Yeah. We thought they were shad at first.
They were striper, and they were angry.
Could have been fun if we were throwing the right bait at them.
Yeah, no doubt.
1,000,000 striper.
But yeah, we've the 19 bridge has been good.
On and off.
But yeah, me and Tyler got burned the other day. Tyler got burned.
Yeah, and then I started telling you about how I got burned, and you're like, why are we fishing?
Blacked me out immediately when we left.
Yeah, we're like...
there's a few crankbaits down there if you guys are looking.
Yeah, I have a 5XD, 8XD. If you catch them on the bridge, please return them.
Yeah, my 5XD is right next to his 5XD.
Yeah. Yep. He was like, "Did you lose your 5XD right here?" I was like, "Yep."
Yep, that'd be the second column in on the little hair side.
Yes. Don't be throwing crankbaits on the bridge, y'all. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Drop shots. They're not expensive.
Yeah, no doubt, man. That bridge is 8. I went to look for my DT14s, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I lost them all on the bridge."
Nice.
I'm out. So, recap. Water's cleaned up.
It has. Really insane.
Tremendously.
It's just like that. Flip of a switch. It's clean.
Harris and Eustis, and it's supposed to be dirtier in the summer and cleaner in the winter because of the bacteria that grows in the summer, but we had some weird blooms. There were some biologists out doing water samplings. I was like, yo, what is the deal with the water quality? And they said, I don't know. We had a few more blooms this year than usual.
Joey Bloom?
Yeah,
Bloom appeared on the chain?
is
Was
what
that
happened. That is what happened. Dirty the water up.
Oh,
Joey
no.
Bloom just screwing things up.
I know that he appeared on the chain.
Boom, dirty water.
Boom, yeah.
Just
that's what
dirtied it up. Let's see, what are we missing, dude? Top water's epic right now.
Bluegill
Crankbaits,
spawn.
they hate them.
Bluegill spawn is insane.
Hate crankbaits.
Insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
bluegill spawn.
is just insane.
Yeah, guys, and bluegills spawn a little deeper on the chain than you might think, so don't be scared to look in 8 to 10 foot of water or 12.
Nah, they don't.
Don't you worry about that.
Just, they spawn in the canals too, y'all. They go up in the canals. They're spawning there and there. Yeah.
If you find brush piles, look around for bluegill beds, and if you find limestone, look around for bluegill beds because they live in those places and will spawn next to them. If you find eelgrass patches, find the sandy patches next to it. Docks, look for sandy spots next to docks. If you find hydrilla that's like super thick and gnarly and there's some sandy spots close by, that's a good place to check for those spawning bluegill.
You literally just described Lake Yale right there. That is Lake Yale at its finest because you got sandy bottom, grass,
bluegill beds
loaded with hydrilla.
With Tyler's like, dude, there's hundreds of bass swimming around the bluegill beds right now.
Insane.
I can see them.
It's insane. Yale is insane right now. I bet it's insane, like going off right now.
You know what's really cool about Yale that taught me something was being on shell bars, like 5-6 foot of water, and looking at my graph and seeing what the fish look like zipping by my side scan. I'm like, oh, those are bass.
Yeah.
So I would be curious to see what it's like on the bluegill beds on the side scan.
For sure. Ooh, man.
But yeah, that's short and sweet, man. I'm going to include some fish catches for you guys because, you know, some audio mistakes. So like some giant fish were caught.
Yeah, for real.
And Tyler's got like an insane, like if you want to know what the hell is going on with the chain, this dude has been videoing every single day, dude. And he's been sacking them up in so many different ways.
Daily videos, y'all.
Like he's catching them on crankbaits. He's catching them on worms. He's catching them on jerkbaits. Dude, he's catching them in the mouths of canals. He's catching them in 10 foot of water with nothing around. He's catching them in the grass, the stuff.
I'm just fishing, you know. I don't even know what I'm
trees,
doing.
dude.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm just
throwing electric shad.
That's how good the chain is. Yo. Like, I
red
don't know
thing
what
you were
I'm doing.
throwing, dude.
I just fishing, you know. I'm fishing.
Dude, he's catching them in every way possible, which just goes to show you, like, you can literally, if you see, like, oh, you know, Bob's catching them on a square bill. Well, throw a chatterbait if you don't like a square bill, man, because you'll probably catch them. Just dude, however you like to catch them right now. Like, you can catch them however you want to catch them, man.
For sure.
Shell bars are obviously, like, flaming hot if you can't find bluegill beds. A really good place to look, dude, if it's, like, over your head, kind of, like, looking for it on the graph, is to get on the edge of Kissimmee grass and throw your sea rig out there and feel. There's probably a shell bar right there.
Yeah, if it's just like...
The Kissimmee grass is on a little bit higher elevation. You're often going to find shell right next to it, man. So,
but if you're like pulling up like muck and it's just this thick muck on your bait, then you need to leave.
Yep.
Go find a different
exit
Kissimmee grass
stage
line.
left, bro. Get out of there. So yeah, that sums it up. Running water, obviously. Time and time again, guys are winning on that running water.
I heard Dora Canal's flowing again. Is it really? Is it? Oh dang! I just spoiled it.
Square bill.
Man. I'm gonna get back to Dora Canal.
Yeah, so there's some water moving through the chain, guys. If you can find any pinches where water's coming from, or canals, or get in front of these dams or releases, you can really sack them up, man. There's guys been showing up in tournaments like 5, 6, 8, 10 pounds ahead of second place because they're sitting around in water and everybody else wasn't. And the whole dynamic, man, has changed this year of the lake because of all the grass, and certain things are better than they were and certain things aren't as good. So be on the lookout for that hydrilla, guys. There's still hydrilla by 27. There's still a ton of hydrilla on Little Harris. And, like, if you come out of 27, like Palakalaha, Helena Run area, there's still a bunch of grass out there, man. They've killed a lot, which is gnarly, but there's still a bunch of it that's they're still kicking. And it's actually a little bit easier because there's a little bit less of it. Just find those isolated patches. Those will do you right. If you're catching small fish, don't get deterred and leave and think, oh, it's not going to happen here. The big fish don't eat all day, man. So you got to give it its time and put in the work. And when you see a video, someone's sacking them up, just know that is like 8 hours edited down into 20 minutes, man. So
not even kidding. Sometimes like, 12 hours edited down. Like,
dude, in these fishing shows, like Bill Dance back in the day, like you'd watch the show, and it's filmed over 2-3 days sometimes. And by the end of the deal, all his fingers are taped up and everything like that because he's been hooked so many times. Like, it takes a long time to put together those fish catches to make it exciting for you guys at home. So don't think it all happens in one instant, man, and don't think you're just catching giants all day if you catch one or two. Because I used to get, man, I remember I fished a tournament on Toho. I had like 17 pounds in 30 minutes. I thought, big fish just aren't here, man. I'm not on them. I left and didn't do good. So, yeah, if you're not catching the big ones, just put in a little bit more time, stay put, and the big ones will show themselves. If there's little ones, there's big ones. You're going to catch them. They're all mixed in here in Florida. And I believe that is it, right?
Yeah. That was
got it all.
Some good stuff right there.
Pretty good stuff. Pretty simple, guys.
It's very simple
and
right now.
Take this every next month, and the next month, and the next month.
Heck yeah.
It's the same deal. All right. Check Tyler's stuff out right now, guys. If you want to know what's really going on, you can listen to my words all you want. This dude's got a ton of videos out there. I've been sucking at the videotaping of the fishing stuff. I keep missing the most epic stuff. And then, like, I cracked them the other day and had no audio. So it's pretty heartbreaking.
It's happened to me multiple times, and it's not fun. But you just got to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep recording. You got to capture this stuff.
Brain
and
damage.
Not forget your camera.
Epic guy trip today, no camera.
Yeah, just
awesome. I had my yellow stick.
First step is don't.
But you see, my camera was plugged into my computer.
It was plugged in right there.
It was like, not where I needed it to be, dude.
Yep. It was like
I had my camera bag. I had everything, but it was right there.
Can't even tell it's there, honestly.
I get there, I'm all pumped. I set everything up, and I was like, "Oh, there's no camera in my camera bag. Sweet."
No.
Yep. So, anyways, guys, that is a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Until next time, everybody, tight lines.